I think this is what people who follow you like to hear about.
Oh, they want to hear me talk about food?
Yeah. Welcome back to Old Dog New Tricks with Harley and Malarkey.
So Danielle, everyone's like, oh my God, it must be amazing dating a chef and so much fun and this and that. Well, let's just explain what it's really like dating a chef. All right. Where do you want to go on our date night? To one of my restaurants. What do you want to do at one of your restaurants? I want to walk around and talk to all the guests and check in on the kitchen and make sure everything's great and the food looks wonderful. Well, what shall I do? Well, you do this. We'll sit at the bar.
Yeah.
So if you ever see this beautiful woman sitting at a restaurant bar all by herself, that restaurant is owned by me. And I'm walking around somewhere and she's enjoying life.
I am. I don't mind it. Sometimes I bring my Kindle and I read a book. Sometimes I strike up a conversation with somebody next to me. But I do try and remind Brian, like, hey, like, can we have a date night sometime that doesn't revolve around your job? He's still working on that.
I'm still working on that. So let's go down the list of my restaurants.
So I think we should give a little insider tip. So Le Coq is new. It's a French steakhouse that opened in Brian's old herringbone building in La Jolla. Fridays and Saturdays, they have a DJ and late nights from 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Really great dirty French and American burger on the happy hour menu.
Best two burgers in the entire city. I mean, legendary.
So
Insanity.
Good. Do you prefer the American or the French?
I think you call it classic, but it's American. Yeah. It's just dirty because I have a thing for aioli, aka mayonnaise. The French one is in the sauce. And it's definitely a knife and fork burger.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the menu is spectacular. The ambiance is amazing. It's French food with a nice California Filipino twist because it's Charmont's on running the kitchen. Our most classic and timeless restaurant is...
Well, no, I'm not done. Just quickly, things you must order. Chicken pate, the best pate I've ever had in my life. It's so good there. If you like it, you have to get it. The freshly baked baguette with the caviar butter or the chicken skin butter, a must get. They also make a really fun faux tini if you don't drink. And if you do drink, they make a great martini.
The roasted chicken, the steak frites, the mussels, the celery salad. All right. The simplest, least celebrated vegetable, celery, that is the base to so many great sauces and the French tradition and stuff like that. The celery salad is to die for.
It is really good. Okay, so we're going to hurry along here because we got a lot to get through. So next, I think you're going to say Urban Wood.
Urban Wood. We opened this restaurant probably 8-9 years ago, and it's got pizza, pasta, steaks, seafood, indoor, outdoor, lively ambiance. Really, really just great California Americana food. The food comes out so fast and so hot and so good. It's all meant to be shared. The legendary dishes of Urban Wood are the speck or prosciutto wrapped branzino, the Iberico pork secreto on the cannellini beans, to die for. The carrots are legendary, although Chef Aiden, who is at the helm now, has done a twist on the carrots. They are as good or better than before. I know people. Stop.
And Chef Aiden has also added a mussel pasta to the menu, which is really good.
And the clam toast.
The mussel toast. I don't think the mussel toast is at Urban Wood. I think it's only at Urban Sea.
No, he has a clam toast at Urban Wood.
And he has this really good spicy hamachi crudo thing that I am in love with. Chef Aiden is amazing.
Just a second. Explain more exactly why you love Chef Aiden.
Because he's very talented. He's also very cute. I don't think I've ever heard his Australian accent very much, but he is Australian.
He's like 12 years old. And he's a gorgeous young man.
But every time I bring in girlfriends to dinner, they're like, "Who is that?"
You actually say, "Go get Aiden." Go get Aiden.
No,
it's
I don't say
it's
that.
like you want to show off the chef. Like, oh my God, go get Aiden. Go get Aiden.
I've never said that.
I'm like, but I'm not here, girl. And you're like, no, I want the young, new and improved chef.
You're not sure where he's going to be, Urban Wood or Urban Sea, because he
runs both those beautiful restaurants. And let's go up to Encinitas. Let's take a drive up the coast on the I-5 and get off at Encinitas at Urban Sea.
So this one is actually one of my favorite restaurants because, one, I live in Encinitas, love that town. Two, it was where we had our first date.
Oh, how do you woo a girl? If you own a restaurant, you take her to dinner at your restaurant.
We actually, just a quick aside is that we posted that episode about how we met, and one of my best friends, Zoe, when you're dating somebody new, you always give your best friend a play-by-play. And so she sent me a screenshot of the play-by-play of our first date night. And I was like, he's been wearing an apron all night, LOL. And she's like, does he still have it on? At this point, it's like 11 p.m. And I was like, yes. It's Brian's thing, even though he's not really cooking that often anymore.
Let's just be honest.
Every night.
The apron came off.
So
Urban Sea,
one of the things,
Oyster Bar, Happy Hour, Smash Burger, out of this world.
Yes, the happy hour is amazing. It's always packed. You get an amazing smash burger. You get, I think, 3 oysters and a glass of champagne and French fries for like $20.
Hello. And then everything up there. Aiden is the king of local seafood. So he's breaking down swordfish, yellowtail, white sea bass, rockfish, halibut, really crushing the local seafood game. So if you're in North County, it's got the kind of the baby blues and the whites, and you kind of feel like you're East Coast, West Coast seafood house. Really, really to die for. There, the mussel toast
is a must get. Yeah. And when you're sitting in the dining room, sometimes you'll see them wheel through like a 300-pound tuna. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know my weights of fish, but that's happened when we've been in there.
Yeah.
200.
300,000-pound tunas up there.
I don't know if they still have this, but the sea salt caramel bundino. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's my favorite dessert.
So fun. Local neighborhood plays. Very, very lively. Very, very fun. And then let's go to our most celebrated restaurant we have right now, and that is Tara Monson's Anime, where she was just nominated for a James Beard Award. Absolutely killing it there. This is her Filipino-Asian fusion restaurant. We hate the word Asian fusion, but we had to use it because that's what it is. Kobe beef on the menu, the Wagyu beef.
Yes.
The Wagyu beef. The things that just blow my mind.
Tuna crispy rice.
Tuna crispy rice.
Always good raw fish dishes that are seasonal.
Yep. Just literally that menu has so much flavor and so much personality. It's packed all the time. The tourists and the locals have found it. Literally, she has so many like kind of Filipino traditional dishes on the menu, but also really creative, just really pushes the envelope there.
And there is a mocktail named the Malarkey.
Oh, to die for.
Really good.
I mean, don't die for it, but you should get it.
Yeah, no, everything there is amazing.
The music's pumping. The atmosphere is great. The vibe is so good. So if you want to go to a Malarkey restaurant, those 4 are really spectacular.
And if you happen to be in Orange County during lunchtime on a weekday, Urban Ranch is the best kind of, what do you call it? Grab and go, fast casual.
Urban Ranch, because Irvine was founded as a ranch back in the olden days. And this is with the Irvine Group. And this is on a life science campus on the, what is it called up there? Oh, don't hate me. UCI Research Park, right? Chef Jonah runs this one. It's a micro food hall with 5 different stalls in it, but we're all of those vendors. And so there's
I think you can look it up. We have too much to get through. All right.
Farmhouse Kitchen, there's Grains and Greens, there's The Press, and there's Mahalo and a coffee shop. Monday through Friday, breakfast and lunch, the best, open to the public. And then if you happen to be up in Oregon, go check out Hawkeye and Huckleberry Lounge. Now, let's talk about local restaurants we love to go to in San Diego.
Yes. Do we want to start with
wherever you want. Harley put together a list. I was very impressed.
Yeah, I did. He laughed at me when I said I put together a list.
No, I laughed when I could hear you splashing around the bathtub, realizing that you're in the bathtub putting this list together.
Yeah, and I did a good job. So I live in North County. I'm partial to North County. So I think we can start with my list of North County restaurants. And then the rest are just kind of not necessarily good.
Let's go.
So Junette Jolie.
Oh.
Another amazing French place. French is hot right now. We went there last year for my birthday dinner. I think we'll probably go there again for my birthday dinner. And the one thing that you must have there, I think they call it their like croque madame bite.
Yes.
I might be mispronouncing this, but
I think it's a $75 bite.
Yeah.
So save your money and get ready. But it is a bite that when you take it, your eyes close, your toes curl a little bit, and you're like, OMG. It is so freaking good.
It's so good. It's like some really great toasted buttered bread with, I think, some cheese and some prosciutto, and then a big, generous serving of caviar on top. Ooh, the best thing I've maybe ever eaten.
But atmosphere is great. Everyone's super happy. It's pretty chill. It's Michelin It's Michelin star, I think.
Yeah. And it's not super chill. Like I would say when we were in there, most people were celebrating something. Like so many birthday things got brought out. It is more of a celebration place, but they do have a bar and you can go sit at the bar.
And and so anyway, real quick on this one.
Yeah.
So it's a Michelin star restaurant. And people ask me all the time, like, oh my God. So we have Michelin recognition at Herbenwood and Anime, right? It means like you're not quite a star, but you're getting close. And they're like, oh my gosh, do you want a Michelin star? And why don't you have Michelin stars? All honesty, and don't hate me for this Michelin, but stick to tires. All right. I cannot stand Michelin stars. I don't like what they do to restaurants. I feel that the higher the stars, the less fun the restaurant is. It's so tight. It's so not fun. For me, dining is an experience of laughter, highs and lows, peaks and valleys, people having fun. I am not one of those egotistical chefs that think it's all about the food. The higher the Michelin star, the more people think it's food service, food service, food service. I want to enjoy conversation and bringing people together. And when you just get too focused on that Michelin stuff, it just sucks the life out of a restaurant. As far as I'm concerned, please comment on that and tell me you love me or hate me on that one.
Well, now, it looks like Brian's never getting a Michelin star.
Definitely not a Michelin star. My chefs want them, so if you want to give them to them, that's great. But James Beard Award, they give those to food trucks. They give those to food halls. Those are awesome. All right. We love James Beard. Michelin is like, the higher the star, the scarier the restaurant.
It's a little stuffy. Brian's worst nightmare is actually being at like a tasting menu, fancy restaurant, like Tweezer food. He hates Tweezer food.
Hates Tweezer food.
Multiple courses. He wants to jump out of his skin.
I like share, pass, talk, move, drink, laugh.
So moving on, right down the road from Junette Jolie in Carlsbad is Campfire. So
that's their sister restaurant.
It is?
Yes.
Which is it's the more casual vibes. Like you're in jeans, a t-shirt, you want to go have a good time with friends. You want your kids to play outside. Campfire's great.
They have a little tent outside.
They do have a little tent outside. They have tableside s'mores where you like heat up your marshmallow on a rock. I don't think it
does it hot enough.
But it's fun.
I love that group. They just do incredible things, June, Jolie, and Campfire. And they do have a new tasting menu coming up. And I'll guarantee you will not find me at that restaurant.
Wrench and Rodent. So Wrench and Rodent's in Oceanside. Amazing. You're friends with the chef.
Davin, D-E-D-A, Davin, and his wonderful wife.
Yeah.
They have Plot. The Plot also.
Yeah, which is vegan.
Vegan, so you won't find me there either.
But I've been. It's good. But Wrench and Rodent, so unique. Great sushi. Great fish.
Original stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe the worst named restaurant of all time. But once you get past that, it is insane. And they're just such kind of iconic people up in the Oceanside area, and the food is it's just spectacular. Again, really based on local seafood.
Yeah, they really care about sustainability, the environment, health, so definitely must go to. What else? Bird's Eye Kitchen. Oh, this is just kind of a little random spot in North County. This is where I go get like weeknight pho. They have grass-fed beef. They use really good ingredients. Just good casual spot if you live in North County.
I'm not a real big grass-fed beef kind of guy. I'm like, what's wrong with grains? They grow in the grounds too, you know? This whole grass-fed, my cows eat grass until they eat grain, and then I feed them him. But
most cows are grass-fed and grain finished. But yes. I have a lot of opinions about that, but that's not what this episode is about. Valentina is really cute. That's in North County on what?
I just thought of one you forgot up there.
Well, let's finish the thought.
Okay, Valentina, amazing.
Super
Love
cute.
it.
I think it's like Spanish tapas. Great place to go with like a girlfriend or on a date night. They have a really well curated wine list. My friend Taylor is basically a sommelier, and she's always super impressed by their wine. So fun little spot for a date night or with a girlfriend. Okay.
The breakfast joint. The breakfast joint starts with an L.
Oh, Mana.
This might be
Mana Lucadia, yeah.
Might be one of the best restaurants in Southern California.
It's so good.
It is by far, not even close, by far the best breakfast place I have ever been to in my life. When I first walked in there, first time I went there with you and Catherine, and we're eating, and I was distracted because you guys were talking and I couldn't think. And they're like, oh, chat. And I'm like, I'm eating this food. And then all of a sudden, I am being so chef restaurateur. I'm walking to the bathroom to look into the kitchen. I'm like, who is cooking this food? Like, I'm going to steal these people immediately. Like, I'm like, this is the best breakfast food I have ever had. So original. And I am so sorry. I cannot think of the chef's name right now. Oh gosh. Anyway, one of the most talented chefs. Oh, he was at Campfire before. He had been at Campfire for a long time. Seriously, the best breakfast place there is. We've run into Tony Hawk 2 times there. Name drop.
Chef Andrew and
Chef Andrew. Oh God. And Chef Laura. I mean, I don't think he's just Chef Andrew and Laura. It's a must.
Yeah.
It's not a maybe. It's a must.
And just so you don't worry too much, I'm going to post this whole list on our Instagram so that you can go back and reference the ones we list.
Don't you worry. She's got you.
Yeah. So I think that's my North County ones. Anything else you can think of there? Oh, one other place. So on our first date was kind of a whole weekend. And I don't know. I think we're allowed to say this. It's legal in California. We were going to go back to Urban Sea and get some drinks. And then we smoked a little joint and we're like, oh shit, we're too high to go into Brian's place of work.
Can't go into your own place of work.
Yeah.
You're giggling a little bit too loud.
So we're like, where do we go? And Brian's like, oh, there's this legendary taco stand that's literally called Taco Stand right down the street from Urban Sea. And they're super well known. There's always a line around the block. Great. I mean, it's not, I wasn't like blown away, but it's great. And it's a must visit.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Moving on to the next category. I just labeled this San Diego. This is kind of various places in San Diego. So the first one I have on this list is Cali.
Cali is amazing. This is Chef Travis. Travis worked with Danielle in New York for years. Gavin Kaysen, also from there, one of our early legends in our culinary scene here in San Diego. Travis is spectacular. He's partnered with the Cohen Group, which is kind of an interesting partner. But the Cohens are the godmother of culinary in San Diego. I know some of you are like, no, they are. Yes, they are. They really are. Kind of not the most desirable part of town over there in East Village.
Random, yeah.
But you walk in there,
beautiful.
The food is spectacular. The service is on point. Could they turn the lights down and turn the music up? Yes, they could. But really on point. I think definitely got Michelin recognition. One of the most talented, top 5 by far in San Diego. My dig to Cali is it's like you took Urban Woods food and plated it really, really fancy. But, you know.
That is kind of dig. No, it's unique. I really enjoy it.
It's spectacular.
It's so everything we ordered there.
I think that was not a dig. That was a touch of jealousy.
Okay. So another place, this is actually back in La Jolla now. We're traveling all over. And I think their chefs have changed, but all the times we've been there, amazing. Marisi.
They have their new chef right now who I've also spoken with, who is a hunter, a fisher, a gatherer. And we have really, really enjoyed it every time. It's part of the Puesto group.
Oh, yeah. Puesto's next door. It's a popular taco kind of local chain, I think.
Yeah. Local chain. Got a few of them. Marisi does an amazing job. Great service, great staff. Love it.
This one's in North Park. Mabel's Gone Fishing. Super fun, small, cute. Both times we've gone, we've sat at the bar and just gotten a bunch of plates to share. And every single time, everything has been amazing.
They get lots of great shout outs, lots of great recognition, really just delivering. And it's kind of casually fun and just wonderful addition to the San Diego culinary scene.
Yes.
I wonder where she went fishing.
I don't know. She's gone fishing. This one is part of the Lafayette Hotel, which if you haven't heard of the Lafayette Hotel, this is also in North Park. And it is like a must-see. The architecture or the design. They redid an old hotel, but the design, just like every single detail in there just blows your fucking mind. And you're like,
this is Consortium. This is Arcelon. This is just, they have the most well-designed restaurants in San Diego. So many of them. You've got Craft and Commerce. You've got
Born and Raised.
What's the one? Ironside. What's the one on top of the building? Seneca. Just anything you go to, they've built. It's insane.
It'll blow your mind.
Typically, no disrespect, Arcelon and crew, not the best food, but known for great cocktails and incredible environment. We love the food at
Quixote.
I just love it. It's like this really funky Mexican restaurant.
Kind of feels like you're in Mexico City when you walk in there. Like everything is an experience. And the food there, just everything we've gotten is really good.
What we love the most is the dessert
fruit plate. Yeah. They have a dessert that's like all these Mexican fruits served with this chamoy, I think is how you say it.
Yeah.
So good.
It's such a fun, different way to do desserts because we're trying to get a little off sugar. And it's just an abundance of so many great, fun flavors that make you feel excited rather than crushed at the end of a meal.
Yeah. So moving on, now we're in PB, Pacific Beach.
There's nothing in PB. You've got to be kidding me. We're not in PB.
So there's a little hidden gem. It's called the Fisheries.
It is good.
I think the best meal we've had there is we went for brunch. We took our friend Catherine out to a birthday brunch. I don't even know if they have eggs on the menu. They might, but they just have incredible seafood. And for whatever reason, it's not super popular for brunch. So it's really easy to get a table wherever you want.
Who was the chef that was there?
I don't know. It's a different chef now.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've had many great chefs go through this seafood, and it's a counter. You can buy fish from the counter, but you can also do a sit down there, and they've just been very consistent for years and years and years. And it's not inexpensive because it is really high end seafood. The Fishery is a beautiful place if you want to get away from the filth of the rest of PB.
Yes. And then this is one that Brian has never been to, but that I've gone to with a girlfriend, actually Chef Carlos Anthony's wife, Allison. And it's called Wolf in the Woods. It's in, I think, Mission Hills. And it's like basically in this little neighborhood, like everything else around it is houses. And then there's this adorable little neighborhood restaurant. It's tiny. It kind of feels like you're in an intimate New York restaurant. The food we got was pretty good. I didn't have anything that like blew my mind, but they have a good wine list. And why I'm bringing it up is when we were in there, Chef Tara Monsad was in there, and she apparently goes all the time. She's friends with them. She speaks highly of it. So I might have just not ordered the right things, but for the vibe and the ambiance, it's worth it. And if Tara eats there all the time, the food is probably really good.
Beautiful.
So then I thought that we could do, so right now we live in Point Loma, Ocean Beach.
Yes.
And we have some local spots that we always go to. Do you think those are worth mentioning?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I think we have one of the best Thai restaurants in all of San Diego, and that is Supani.
Supani. I call it Supani.
I think it's probably Supani.
They catered Brian's 50th birthday party, which was an epic event, and they did an amazing job. Beautiful food. They put like edible flowers in their spring rolls, and just, it's really good.
Very good.
The must order dish is the like Thai sausage and crispy rice.
Oh, it's in the appetizers, and it's like a pork sausage, kind of a fried rice sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh God, lots of ginger,
crispy
lots
rice,
of crispy rice, lots of spices, lots of great things going on there.
When we get to go food, Brian loves pho. He's really gotten me into pho, and Point Loma pho is just a classic. I mean, it's nothing like super unique, but just a very satisfying bowl of pho.
Probably like in an old Denny's next to Michael's craft shop. Yeah. And you know what? When I go there to pick up my pho, I always see industry people. So that's where the industry eats. It's off of Sports Arena, kind of in that area, nestled closely between the strip clubs. Really the place to go. But the industry eats there. We always see chefs, cooks, sommeliers, people I know from the industry. So that's the secret. Point Loma Pho.
So another one is probably the only restaurant we eat out in Ocean Beach is Blue Water Seafood.
We absolutely love it. The brothers over there, they do an amazing job. I firmly believe they undercharge. They have this taco that's won awards. It's incredible. Everything. They have a tuna dish, right?
Tuna.
I'm like, guys, you need to double the price on the tuna dish. It's sesame crusted. It's got the accoutrements, but they do so much with local seafood there. And you get a plate of rice, vegetables, salad. The vinaigrette on the salad is to die for. And you can get it to go or eat it in there. And they have two. They have one over in Mission Hills area.
Okay. Yeah, it's great. I think they might have raised their prices a little bit, but still a great deal. And then probably our highest quality food in the area in Point Loma is Chesarina.
Yes. So that is Chesarina. She is the chef there. They did just open their sister restaurant, Elvira, down in OB by the softball
field. Which is so cute.
Pizza, a little heavier menu.
Yeah, we definitely like the food better at Chesarina, but they're both great.
Super. I mean, she makes all the
handmade pastas,
everything. And we're not big pasta people, but it's that type of pasta that when you eat it, you don't feel heavy. It's not that over processed stuff like that. You literally feel like you're in Italy.
Yeah, I think they import all their ingredients from Italy.
As they should.
Yeah.
because they are Italian. They go back home all the time. They speak Italian. It's fluent. You are literally in Italy. It hasn't been bastardized. It is so unique and so special.
And then two other places. One is where Brian gets all his seafood. Last night he just got lobster and halibut and clams to cook for dinner. It's called Point Loma Seafood.
Point Loma Seafood. It's expensive. You're going to spend a lot of money, but you're going to get quality. The food that they offer there is a lot of fried stuff. So I don't really get food there, but the food to go get product to cook at home, they have everything, and it's booming. They have a lot of parking spots, believe it or not. Even though there's a line, you can get in and out pretty easy.
And I actually like they sell sushi rolls, and they sell some like pre-cut like raw fish, and they make a sushi roll made with real crab. Brian finds it a little dry. I love it. And then I've actually never been here, but it's like the iconic place over here, Mitch's Seafood. People love it.
It's right next to Point Loma Seafood. They actually prepare a lot more fish. They use a lot more local. They work with Tommy Gomes, the famous fishmonger. It's really, really good. The problem is it's so good. The line's always huge, and there's very little places to sit in there, but it is just a West Coast fish shack at its finest. You're sitting on the pier, looking over the water. The food is amazing. You just have to have more patience than I do and sit in that big, long line.
Yeah. And then we'll add one more, which neither of us have been to, but we've heard it's great. Just to add to the Point Loma food scene, it's called Pony Boy. It's in the Pearl Hotel.
Oh yeah, we're dying to go there.
Yeah, we need to go there.
So this is back in the olden days when we made Seersucker. We had two up and coming bartenders that were just crushing the scene. It was Lucian and Ian. Ian Ward is the general manager. Lucian runs all of my restaurants, and Ian now has done this, and it's a throwback to like the 1950s, I think.
Yeah, I don't know, 60s.
Like Jello desserts and stuff like that. So I'm dying to get in there. The Pearl is one of the cutest little hotels there is, and they're getting lots of great reviews. We have to go check it out.
Yeah. And then I was going to end with, some of you might want to turn this off, some of you might not, but I love finding a good healthy spot where they have lots of gluten-free options, where you just feel good when you get takeout, because
we forgot about one person there before we go to Healthy Town. There's two little things I want to bring up before we go to Healthy Town, because Healthy Town is just the worst dessert I've ever heard of in my life. And as we should see in the entree section here for a little bit of our menu, Brad Wise is one of our greatest chefs we have here in San Diego. Also, we absolutely love the steakhouse in
Salt Beach. Yeah. Rare Society. It's just really great. Love the design. A lot of our team that used to work with us over there. And so we love watching them. They also have the place up in Mission Hills, the old auto dealer place up there. Brad Wise is a true pioneer and great part of our culinary scene here. Anything Brad Wise makes is going to be good. It always is. And then we didn't touch Trust. And he has another one over there too. And we did talk about Convoy, right? Convoy is a spectacular dining destination of all kinds of great ethnic foods. We need somebody to give us a review and give us a tour of Convoy. I've been over there with some friends before that know where they're going and know what they're doing. But we know I love dumplings. I love soup. I love so many different types of food over there. So Convoy is not forgotten or left out. It's just you shouldn't have us talk about Convoy. We need some hot tips for Convoy. We have, I think Hidden Fish or something is one of the really popular restaurants there. And they have a sister restaurant that's like one of the best restaurants in Esquire magazine that you and I went to.
There's Michelin star sushi restaurant.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but check it out.
Yes.
So now, those of you who don't care about healthy food, I think you can turn this off. Anything else? Any other chefs? Oh, there goes Brian. So starting back in Encinitas, which is where I live, Nectarine Grove, I love this place. Even when I used to live in LA and Orange County, like anytime I came through San Diego, I would come here. And one of the things that I love most there is their gluten-free paleo pizza. So you can get it dairy-free or you can get it with grass-fed cheese. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
The one with pesto is my favorite, but they're all amazing. So if you have a gluten allergy or you just prefer not to eat gluten, you like to eat healthy, their pizza is so good. The other thing that I highly recommend there is all their pastries. They make amazing gluten-free pastries, gluten-free breads you can take home. It's a fun, healthy spot to go get a weekend breakfast at. But if you're gluten-free, must go to Nectarine Grove. Godonia is down the road. Really like Godonia. I used to like it more when they stayed open for dinner and they had an amazing grass-fed burger with like mushrooms and cheese. They don't have that anymore. They do source their food really, really well. All ingredients there are super clean, super well sourced. My favorite thing to get there is one of their sandwiches on gluten-free sourdough, usually with the grass-fed cheese. I always get it grilled and grass-fed butter. They have a great little wine shop and wine market that you can go buy natural wines at.
It's cute.
Outside.
It's cute. It's cute. And if you're a low attention span like me, there is the classic car place right next door that you can just kind of wander around and look at all the cool cars.
Yeah. There's also Blue Whale, which Brian likes too. It's in La Jolla.
I don't necessarily know if that classifies as healthy.
Yeah, I think it's healthy.
It's a great breakfast spot.
Yeah, it's a great little breakfast, casual lunch spot. So cute. The chef there, I think, actually grew up in Oregon or lived in Bend for a period of time. Brian knew him. They connected. I've been back a couple times. Really fun little casual spot.
Super cute.
And then this one is a chain that's in multiple states, I think even, but True Food. And I like all their food there. It's just a great place if you want a healthy dinner. They recently committed to not using any seed oils, which is a whole other conversation, but I do appreciate that.
If we're talking about chains, there is one chain that is so damn good. All right. Din Tai Fung. I love Din Tai Fung. All right. Who doesn't love dumplings? They absolutely kill it. It's in the mall. It's everything. But guess what? It's everything. It's so good.
It is really good. The only time I've been is in Vegas, but I love dumplings.
Yes. So that's our list. That's pretty fun. I'm positive we forgot somebody. We may have added somebody you think doesn't belong in there.
We'll probably do this again. I mean, I think this is what people who follow you like to hear about.
Oh, they want to hear me talk about food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let us know what you thought about this episode. I think it's the longest episode we've ever done. So let us know if we kept your attention, and I will post this list also.
Thank you so very much, and we will see you out there dining in San Diego.
Follow us on iTunes or Spotify or YouTube. Leave us a rating and review. We love it. Send us any questions.
Yeah, I dare you to.